I think that there's people who are motivated by the competitive aspect of SEO. And when you said sports, it reminded me of that.
Yeah.
There's other people who I think are motivated by the creative aspects in SEO. And you maybe are, do you think that what traits lead people to be good at search? Is it pure? I mean, I think that there's SEOs that are mostly just competitive and not necessarily focused on content quality. They care more about the rankings. Then there's SEOs that are just very empathetic and they want to help someone and they think that's a good way to connect with an audience. Or is it just really about making stuff? Which of your traits do you think makes you a good SEO?
I think curiosity is one of the traits that you can't get around. I think you can, without curiosity, you can be a great SEO for a certain amount of time, and then you just can't keep up with the trends anymore. I feel like you have to constantly, not reinvent the wheel, but constantly question what's out there, what's happening, and also yourself. And I think that's where a certain humbleness is important. Creativity, I agree. Even though I have to say, I don't think it's a must-have. I think it's a nice-to-have. I don't think it's a must-have. I know insanely analytical people. And I've also learned that when those people meet insanely creative people and they allow themselves to work together, like amazing stuff can happen. And I don't know where I fall on that spectrum because I actually am very competitive. But weirdly, like when I know I have no chance, I'm not competitive at all. Like if I, like I'm not street racing with a Ford Prius against a Ferrari. Like, you know what I mean? Like that, not that kind of obsessive competitor, but I am actually deeply competitive. But that's not why I do it, to be honest. I share this, like you, I share the same thirst for knowledge and storing knowledge and organizing knowledge and kind of, building a corpus of knowledge, but also curiosity and questions. So I also like personality tests, and they always come back and saying like strategic, like learner, creative, and analytical. So it's like a very weird, almost like opposite of the spectrum type of mix. But yeah, to kind of recap that, I think curiosity, a certain humbleness, creativity is a nice to have, and then some sort of drive, whether it's the drive to just beat others or the drive to make something or the drive to achieve a goal. Like I think that's kind of where I am. I don't know if you heard of the Enneagram. So I'm a 3, which is the achiever, and which means that I'm just driven to achieve goals.
Yeah. So just strong motivation is a important trait. That's an interesting answer. I definitely curiosity. I gave super short interviews of a bunch of people. They were speakers at MozCon, and that answer came up a lot. I think it's and there again, it sounds like that Venn diagram overlap between creative and analytical. Art and science. Humility is a good point too, because it's unknowable. We will never know the rules of the game. You can't know it. You have to be comfortable with ambiguity. You have to be comfortable with incomplete knowledge. You have to be fine with people who sometimes people say like I did this. Did I do it the right way? It's a weird question. I did this SEO thing. Did I do it right? It's not like a right way. I never really use that word. There's not like a correct way to do SEO, is there? I don't think of it that way.
True. No, I 100% agree. I think there are certain situations where you can say this is the wrong approach, right? Like there's not a user-first approach, or there's not index for machines, or whatever. This is kind of binary. But most of the time, I 100% agree. And even more so, I think some of the best SEOs do things that others never did, or never tried, or never dared to question.